Hello everyone. Today I'm going to talk about how to solve differential equations using Laplace transforms. So stay with me until the end. There are multiple steps which you need to take in order to solve differential equations in this method. The first step is to define symbolic variables. Both dependent and independent variables need to be defined. Next, you have to write your differential equation. Next, you have to take your ODE into Laplace domain by taking Laplace transform. Then you need to implement the initial conditions of your problem. After that, you are going to solve your dependent variable in the Laplace domain, and at the end, you need to take an inverse Laplace transform in order to solve your equation in the time domain. So I'm going to start with an example, which you can see here. So I create an M file named test000, and as always, I start my code by typing close all clear CLC. So you can see the equation. As I said, the first step is to define variables. Y is a function of time, so this is going to be my first variable. The next variable I define is s, which is an equivalent of time, but in the Laplace domain. So that is the independent variable in the Laplace domain. Next, I define a variable named capital Y, which is an equivalent of y, but in the Laplace domain. So these three are the variables that I defined. And when you define y as a function of t, also t is defined symbolically. So we are off to the second step. I define my equation in the time domain. So it is y double prime, and it is stated like this in MATLAB, plus 2 times y prime. So this is y double prime and this is y prime. And it is equal to e to the power of negative t. So you can see my equation here. Pay attention to the difference between this symbol and this symbol. This is the equality sign in equations, but this symbol stores this equation into this variable. Next, I need to take my equation into the Laplace domain. So the equation in the Laplace domain is going to be the Laplace of my equation. Up until now, I'm going to run my code just to see my equation in the Laplace domain, and here it is. And you can see this equation is with respect to the independent variable s. And I am going to simplify it by implementing the initial conditions, by substituting the initial conditions into my equation in the Laplace domain. So I use subs function, and I have explained how to work with symbolic variables in the symbolic toolbox of MATLAB in a separate video. If you are not familiar with using subs command, please go watch the tutorial and come back. So I have y at 0, and I'm going to use subs command to put my initial condition into equation L. So instead of y0, I'm going to put 1. Now I run my code, and you see the equation has become a little simpler. But I'm not going to stop there. So this term is y prime at 0. So diff of y with respect to t is y prime, and it says substitute 0 instead of t. So it is y prime at 0. And instead of this term, I'm going to put my second initial condition. So in equation L, instead of this term, I put 2, which was my second initial condition. Now I run the code and I can see it has become simpler again. And the last simplification is this term. This is the Laplace transform of y. And instead of this big notation, I use a simpler one. So I subs into equation L, instead of this big term, I put only y. As I defined y here, I want it to be the Laplace transform of small y. Small y was in the time domain. Now capital Y is in the S domain. So I run the code and you can see it has become much, much simpler. And this is the general idea behind Laplace transforms. We are taking a differential equation into the Laplace domain in order to make it an algebraic equation. Now I can easily solve this equation with respect to y. And I put it in a variable named sol_L, just to remind myself that it is the solution in the Laplace domain. So this is capital Y. And here goes the last step. The solution in the time domain is going to be the inverse Laplace transform of the solution in the Laplace domain. So I run, and here it is the answer. And if you want to see the behavior of this solution from 0 to 5 seconds, you can use fplot command. And here it is. Now you should be able to solve this equation using Laplace transforms. So please pause this video and go try it for yourself. Then come back and see if you come up with the same answer as me. As the last example, I am going to solve a system of differential equations in order to show you that it is not that different to solve system of differential equations using Laplace transforms. So here I have two dependent variables, x and y, and I'm going to define both of them as a function of t. I also define s, capital X, and capital Y as my other symbolic variables. Next, I'm going to write two equations. So equation 1 is 2 times first derivative of x plus y equal to 4 minus t squared. And equation 2 is going to be 3 times x plus first derivative of y is equal to 4 times t. Now I'm going to combine my two equations. I put them in a column. So I hit F5 and you can see both of my equations are stored in a single variable named EQ. Now I take my equations into the Laplace domain. So here are my two equations in the Laplace domain. Now it starts the substitutions. Instead of x at 0, I put 0. And I do the same thing with y. Then I define capital X and capital Y as the transform of a small x and a small y into the Laplace domain. So I run, and let me see what was the problem. Okay, it was small y. Now here are my simple equations in the Laplace domain, and I'm going to solve using the solve command. I define x and y as the variables of my solution. So now I have a variable named sol_L, and it is in a structure with two fields, x and y. So in order to find my answer in the time domain, I need to take the Laplace transform of both of these. So the I Laplace, or the inverse Laplace of sol_L dot x is going to be my first solution, and the I Laplace of sol_L dot y is going to be my answer for y. So the first one is x of t, and the second one is y of t. Now if I run, 2 times t is my first answer, and negative t squared is going to be my second answer. I can put both of them in a single variable named sol. And this way I have both of my answers. And that's it. Thank you for watching. Please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and let me know what you think in the comments. I hope to see you again next time. Bye bye.